gosh. Oh my gosh. Can you hear me now? Do I sound like a robot? Welcome to the channel if you can hear me. Just let me know. I got the microphone right here. I don't even know. Can you hear me okay? I've been having so many problems with the live stream, and you know what? Why not? Right? Why not? Can you hear me okay? In the chat room, let me know. Okay, good. Do I sound okay, good. I don't sound like a robot. Oh gosh, what a pain in the neck. This whole show's a pain in the neck with the stuff that are the people that you saw in the thumbnail, okay? Let me put this up. These guys are like, they are the celebrities of today. Okay? There's a reason why you have Will Smith and you have all the big name actors coming over to YouTube. There's a reason for it, because YouTube is the future. Streaming entertainment is the future. So I should probably get a better setup, right? I'm working on it. By the way, I'm gonna get a better router. I got someone coming to help me out, so we're not gonna have any more monster voice. I'm actually gonna upgrade the equipment too, so that I can try to be as cool as some of the people that do their stuff. But these guys are making millions and millions and millions. If you're new to the channel, I am Jacob Israel. Thank you for joining me. Every week I do like one live stream, and I usually do a couple other shows. Please do subscribe and stick around. Check out some of the other shows, because we got a lot of cool stuff to get into. I'm going to say hi to everybody in the chat while I pull up because I'm grateful that you're here. Hello, Nancy Smith. Hi. Leslie Suttle says much, much better. That is good. You can also ask questions, by the way, in the chat. If you ever have any questions for me, sometimes I try to answer them. Oh, good grief. This show. YouTube, it is filled with drama. Okay, so there's a reason why I know about all these characters. I mean, we're talking, they have like hundreds of millions of subscribers between them. They do. I did a video just a couple of weeks ago on James Charles and that controversy and the drama that unfolded in the story. It gets more complex. I'll share a little bit about that. But the reason I titled it Role Models is because, I mean, these are the role models. These are the role models. I'm going to explain who each of these characters are. If you don't know who they are, we're going to get there. But today's news, right? This is about the drama that is all over YouTube. It's turbulent. That's James Charles in the middle. Of course, you remember all the stuff that went down with him and my daughter told me, you better pronounce the name right. She said, I said, it's like Tati. She's like, no, it's Tati. It's Tati Westbrook, Dad. It's like, yeah, okay, all right. I apologize. Tati Westbrook. She's kind of like a little mentor to James Charles. These are YouTubers. These are YouTubers who do like makeup and glamour, and it's all about, it's all about the lifestyle, the crazy lifestyle. I don't approve of the antics that I see on these channels. I think that it is I don't want to say like completely demoralizing, because I'm sure there's some moments of grace that are in there. But just so you know, I don't know if the person to the right, that's James Charles, mega famous. He dropped like 3 million subscribers in like a very short period of time, when his former friend, Miss Westbrook, who also has a makeup line, they got upset over some kind of sponsorship. He was pushing Sugar Bear Hair as opposed to pushing her stuff. And of course, like everybody on YouTube, you got to come to the internet. You got to express your grievances. You got to tell the world how angry you are and how hurt you are. And they do it on all sides. And I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of it, because it is just teaching people that this is the way to communicate. Outrage. That's what I titled the James Charles video, was Outrage, because everything's about outrage. And as they were fighting, another makeup guru, another role model, Jeffree Star. That's once again, I don't know. You got to be careful, because I don't know how he identifies or she identifies. I don't know, right? I don't know. It's a new law that's called the Equality Act. It's a big thing about, it's a big thing. It's an interesting thing. And this is something that a lot of people need to be paying attention to. And I, for one, I want to tell you something. This is going to sound strange, but see, I believe God's in control of everything. I was going to do a different show today. I actually taped a different show today. About there's a Christian television network in Israel that was burnt down. I used to be the head writer for that one. I had a lot to say. And then I had a dream. And, well, no longer doing the show on it. So we're going to see how that plays out in Israel. By the way, little update on what's going on in Israel, too. Didn't expect to talk about this, but wildfires are breaking out. Fires everywhere, right? All these churches are burning down. All of them, right? Notre Dame. Remember I did the show, Nero? And I talked about how you're going to see this happen again and again and again. Well, you know, their studio in Israel was firebombed. They actually got the guy on camera. So we're going to see as the drama unfolds. But this is the drama that everybody's talking about. That's Jeffree Star. Okay, so right after Tati Westbrook and James got into their little thing, since Jeffree Star has a makeup line, so does James Charles, and so does Tati Westbrook. They have, I mean, the makeup industry. The makeup industry has changed. I mean, these guys are, gabillionaires, right? They're gabillionaires, and your children are watching them, and your children are emulating them, and your children are they're getting makeup tips and lifestyle tips from them. And you do with that what you will, but Jeffree came right out calling James Star a predator. You know, actually, I guess his little brother, he was kind of upset for his brother and tweeted something out about how, you know, just messed up people can be. And this guy or gal, I don't know. You know, I watch their videos just to kind of, and I don't watch a lot of their videos, but just to kind of see what's going on in the YouTube world. Because, you know, if people are talking about it, it's in public discourse. You need to be informed so that you can relate. You know, like I want to relate to my children. Now, my children they're not fans of these guys, so that's good. But they do know the whole story. As I was going up to do the show, my daughter said, "Did you see James Charles? He set the record straight." Because the big thing on YouTube was everybody talks about being canceled. I don't know if this is a Mandela effect or not, but you ever hear of spilling tea? Let me go to the chat. Let me put the thing up. You ever hear spilling tea? Anybody in the chat room? That's kind of the new thing. I never heard of this before. Oh, thank you in the super chat. Autobot. Oh my goodness, look at you all. Keith, Kenneth Ramos, many blessings to you, my friend. Dawn, thank you so much. And I love you, Autobot 89, and it does help. Absolutely helps. You know what helps the most too is telling people about the channel, sharing the channel around, making sure you like it and you comment it. I don't know what I'm doing. I gotta tell you, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm watching my peers and their channels are they're blossoming and they're growing. And I have a couple of friends, and for some reason I just every time I upload a video, my sub count drops a ton. Nobody gets notified. And I know that this is a thing that's all over YouTube, but for some reason, there are people that are in the niche, this little niche world of where we talk about these kooky things, right? Now, I bring if you don't know me, I bring a little bit of heart to it. I bring a little spirit to it. I kind of look at what's going on in the world and I kind of tie it into what's going on within us all in the spiritual sense, because that's really the most important thing, is where our faith is at. And right now, a majority of the world has their faith in that. Now, the gentleman to the right, that's FaZe Banks. You know, he had a clan of gamers, and he sponsored Tfue, who is like a major superstar. He's right up there. You probably heard of Ninja, right? These are gamers. They're amazing gamers. Now, how do I know about them? Because, you know, two of my boys are very talented gamers as well. Got to train up a child in the way they should go. It's tough being a parent today, especially with all that we see and all that we're hearing, and all that our children are. You know, they're just immersed in. They're immersed in this, and they're it's not the way it is. You know, it's like I have a bunch of children on my street. It's a ghost town. Nobody goes out. Well, we go out. We go play basketball and stuff like that. But it's like it looks rare when you see a family playing today. That's not the way it's supposed to be. It's not the way it's supposed to be at all, and it's sad. So let's get back to the YouTube drama. So Jeffree Star came out and he made it sound like he had such damning information. There was actually one text that he shared calling James Charles the P word. You know, with the when you go younger. It's a terrible thing. These are terrible things because they can ruin people's lives. And then what happens is then James, he did a video and he set the record straight. Now, I've talked about this cat right here, Keemstar, quite a few times. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you, who here knows in the chat? Who knows Keemstar? Mr. Benjamin Nothing. You gave me, what are you doing? Give me your last $2, man. You don't need to do that. Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. Pay your bills. Don't be doing that. I'm not, God's not going to bless you if you send me $2 and it's your last two. Don't be doing that. But I thank you for doing that. Oh my goodness gracious. How many of you know who Keemstar is? Any of you? Any of you in the chat room? Okay, so he's kind of like, okay, so a lot of people don't hear. This you've heard of TMZ, obviously, right? You've heard of TMZ? TMZ? Okay, so Keemstar is like one of those characters. He's very big. He's got, I don't know, like 5 million subscribers, maybe more. And he knows everybody, and everybody knows him. And he just, once he gets a little nugget of information, he goes live and he's entertaining and biting. And I don't know if he's very forgiving at times. But I mean, I enjoy watching him because he actually he sums up everything that's going on in a very short period of time, so that I don't have to because you got to know what's going on. You got to know what your children are being subject to. You got to know. And today it's just a mess. So of course, Keemstar he was like the first to really kind of jump on the. Let me see if I can pull up. Let me see if I can pull up his. He had. Where is it? Maybe I did not. Probably didn't put it down. Okay, well that's all right. He was kind of the first to talk about the Jeffree Star, Tati Westbrook, James Charles drama. He was the first to kind of put that out. He threw the word canceled around a lot. That's the big thing. That's the big push lately is that you're canceling people, right? Feuds. It's views. Feuds, drama is views, and they know it. And it's millions of dollars. And whether they're doing this on purpose or whether they're not, I don't think they're doing it on purpose because they're saying such horrible things and they're putting their necks on the line. But you know what? People don't care. They're so, and they're addicted now to the subscriber counts. Millions of people are sitting and watching subscriber counts. There are just whole YouTube channels that are putting, one against another, and you just watch the subscribers go up, go down, and people find it fascinating. And that's why YouTube is changing the policy on subs, just so you know. We're going to talk about that in a little while, too. I don't know if you know about this, but if you're a YouTuber, and say you have say you're, I don't know, say you're like 259,000 subs, it's only going to show that you have, like 200,000. They're going to round it off. And I think when it gets over 1 million, it'll be like, so you're not going to really know. So if you're, say, 5 subs away from getting to that next 1,000, nobody knows. So they're not going to click on it. We're going to talk about that. But on the flip side of the coin, I think what they're trying to do, I don't know what they're trying to do, honestly. They're saying that they're trying to keep it from this, it's become this vicious thing where people are they're rooting to see people fail, and they're rooting for people to succeed. And, well, you remember the whole PewDiePie, right, T-Series thing? Well, that was all over the internet. People were literally watching PewDiePie, T-Series, PewDiePie, and a lot of negative stuff came out of that. And that was just kind of the beginning. That kind of started all of this off. Because now we see stuff with this going on. Theirs is right now, it's still going on. It's still going on. You still see now a lot of his, I think he's gained back well over 1 million subscribers of the 3 that he's lost. And Tati she gained quite a few subscribers. She's still over 10 million. Jeffree Star, I guess, they lost some subs, they gained them back. It's all a wash, right? Because they're all working for a system that is all about materialism. It's all about the way you look, right? It's all about the way you look. Maybe I should do like a makeup tutorial. Have my daughter come on here and show you how to do something that's actually pretty nice and not like really, like thank God that she's, very, well, she's my daughter, so I wouldn't want her to dress provocatively, and I wouldn't want her to do all that stuff. And but thankfully, she makes these choices on her own. But people aren't making those choices. They're mimicking their role models that they're seeing, and it's disturbing, and it's frustrating, and it's just, can't these guys? You all have millions of dollars. Millions and millions of dollars, and you have so much influence. Keemstar knows how much influence he has. He talked about this. He talked about this when he was angry, because he's talked about a lot of feuds. There's a lot of things. There was another scandal with another guy, and another scandal with another gal, and there's all these scandals. All you got to do is go to his, you see one after another. And what is it? What are you filling yourself with? You're filling yourself with drama. That's the lowest form of thinking. The brainstem, the reptilian brain, that's the snake from the tree. Another word for it. It's the lowest carnal, right? The devil's work. The devil's work, as they say. Carnal thinking, the reptilian brain, smack dab in the middle of the brainstem. It's not your higher thinking. These channels aren't promoting, free thought. They aren't promoting, awareness. They aren't they make it sound like they are. They make it sound like they're so important, and they're and my goodness gracious, Newsweek is covering this stuff, right? All of the major magazines are covering the role models. Let me pull that up again. The role models. They're covering this. Now the new one that just broke a couple of days ago is the FaZe Banks and the Tfue. Now these are gamers. They're very popular streamers. They're gamers. They make a lot of money. Tfue makes he just made like $500,000 on one of his last, because you're pro. Gamers are pros now. They go and they compete. And so Keemstar had here's just a look at just a couple of days of his YouTube page, which, by the way, I'm not going off on the guy. Like I said, he's very entertaining. But this is what's wrong with the world today, because we're raising a generation of desensitized, immoral, narcissistic, angry, alienated drama queens and drama kings, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to. Look at these titles, right? Tfue lawsuit against FaZe Clan. Drama alert, FaZe Banks interview. Now, he woke up to the fact that it was leaked that a guy that he picked out, who is now like one of the biggest gamers on the planet, is, he's suing him. He wants to get out of his contract. Now, the next one you see, James Charles is not guilty. Then one before that, James Charles canceled on hold. Canceled, right? Canceled. Your show is canceled. You're done. Your life is over because somebody called you a predator. Somebody called you this. Somebody called you that. Somebody went on because they had their feelings hurt, and then decided to just come on there because they're better than this. And I didn't want to do this, but I'm going to do this. And then, of course, James Charles then responds by sharing a bunch of private this and private that, proving that, this wasn't true and that wasn't true. And then Jeffree Star, who says that he's a predator and he's worse than that, then says, oh, I was being given false information. And it's all hogwash. It's all a bunch of nonsense. My goodness gracious. Why do they have like, look at right there. Jeffree Star and James Charles. James is now right up there with Jeffree again. That was just 4 days ago, so he's gained back so much. And then you have the other one. You have Trisha Paytas, who said she was going to do some kind of a collab with one of her fans who had a small YouTube channel. And then he paid to go out to LA, and then she just kind of stood him up. And then 2 years later, he decides to do an expose on her. And then you watch these videos, and I'm going, My goodness gracious, they have so much money. Can you get an editor? Can you get a producer? Can you do something? I mean, I do all my stuff on my own, right? I mean, it's you can be creative and you can do stuff on your own, but when you're making that much money, you know, do you really need to do like a half an hour video sitting on a kitchen floor or and can you put on, you know, like I enjoy Shane Dawson stuff. I enjoyed Shane Dawson stuff. But I mean, look at the way everybody dresses and look at the way everybody, you know, I mean, it's just today, I don't even know what's happening. I don't even, the world is just, it's bonkers to me. It's bonkers to me. Like when I come on here, I want, you know, I want to at least look presentable. I want to look presentable. I want to put forth something that is positive and encouraging. And I want to make sure that I'm not saying anything that is going to turn anybody off. Like I don't swear. I swear in real life. This is real life. I kind of as Paul said, I'm everything to every man. So I'll swear when people swearing, so that, you know, they feel like, you know, whatever, and I feel a little naughty, right? But I don't come on here and do that. They all do, and you got children watching. Children. I don't have that many children watching. But why can you watch their videos? Like if I go to a computer right now and I go to YouTube and I type in Jacob Israel, barely any of my videos play. It says you're not allowed, right? Because you got to have an account, blah, blah, blah. And I guess they consider my stuff, it's not great. It's not good. It's dangerous, right? You could watch Jeffrey, no problem, right? He doesn't look healthy either. He doesn't look healthy. That's another thing too. It's like people today. They're doing they promote a lifestyle of that is just dangerous. And as a parent, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, I probably sound like a fuddy-duddy to to anybody that's their age. But as a parent, I just know that these things aren't productive because I've been through it. You know, I've been through it, and these are the examples. Like when I was younger, I had better examples. Like, you know, it was today. You even look at the president right now, and I know a lot of you are big fans of President Trump, and I'm not bashing him. But what I am saying is there was a time when, like, we wanted our president to be just the most upright and the most moral. We wanted to believe in him, and we wanted to trust him. And then if he broke trust, it was a big deal. Today, everybody, no one cares. No one cares. No one cares. Because all the YouTubers, they're liars and they're drama queens and they're making up stories and things. They just bend reality so that they can, you know, maybe make a little bit more profit. Like Miss Westbrook. FaZe Banks actually did a video saying that if like 1% of the new people bought her product, how much money she made, like $10 million. But I mean, we don't really know. We don't really know. Oh my goodness. But I mean, this is the thing, right? So, okay. So let's talk about the FaZe Banks Tfue issue. So that's FaZe Banks. You take a look at that's his profile picture. And what does that tell you? What does that tell you? And you look at the, like, remember when we were younger, for those people that are, you know, a little older, you know, when you were naughty, or you want to be a little rebellious, maybe you grew your hair out, maybe you wore ripped jeans, right? Maybe you, I don't know, maybe you got a tattoo, but you made sure that no one could see it because you didn't want it to affect you in the real world. Today, it's like, in the music industry, they promote people that got junk all over their face, tattoos on their face. They may be a grandfather one day. That's just going to be awkward. Just going to be awkward. But here's this guy. Now, look, I don't know him personally. Not a big fan of any of these guys, you know, but this is what the world is watching today. So he was very upset because he heard about the fact that Tfue was he was under contract, okay, and Tfue also said that he was forced and, you know, pressured to drink, pressured to do dangerous stunts, and then FaZe Banks came on and said that's not true. Now these guys, I mean, look at how many he's got. 54, you know, almost 5,400,000 subs, right? Tfue is like bigger, much bigger, right? Huge. These guys are huge. Your children, your grandchildren, they know these people. Anybody who plays a video game knows these people, knows about the drama, knows about the partying lifestyle, knows that you should be drinking Red Bull all day long, not leaving your room. And what is a parent to do? How's a parent going to get, when that's what society is telling you is normal for a teen today, how are you going to get them out of the room? All of these YouTubers, all of you people that are making all of this money and profiting from sending the wrong message, you need to self-reflect and take a moment. Why isn't YouTube censoring them? Why isn't YouTube hiding their videos? Why isn't YouTube taking videos that are, encouraging, helping people to love more, to give more, to be... Why aren't they putting that on the trending page? They say they want to make a difference. YouTube wants to make a difference. We don't like what we see right now. We don't like what we see. And yet, top of the trending page. All you got to do, look, all I got to do right now is pull up my YouTube. Let's just go to YouTube for a second. And let's just go to the trending page. And let's just see what's trending right now. Let's just see what's trending. Okay, here we go. Oh, look, it's the crazy vending machines. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness gracious. And we have, of course, we have these guys. These are all huge YouTubers, by the way. The Dolan twins, okay? And Fortnite, okay? And, of course, really? What is this doing to better the world? What is this doing? It's entertainment. It's keeping people occupied. And what it's doing is it's occupying them so much that they're forgetting to live their life. They're stuck in their room and they're stuck doing this all the time. I walk downstairs. My children were talking, right? And they were having a good time. I go back upstairs. I come down. Two of them silent. Just going like this. And I go, what are you doing? They say, oh, we're looking at our phones. I said, talk to each other. You guys are like 4 feet apart. It's crazy. It's crazy. Black Mirror's coming out. You're going to see a guy go nuts on Black Mirror with this, because, they have successfully ruined a generation. And there's no pulling it back because it's all about money. It's all about narcissism. It's all about greed. Oh my goodness. I'm usually in a good mood and I'm usually so goofy and funny. Let me just, there you go. Drink a little of my coffee. Uranus. They need a Uranus cup. So Tfue was upset about his contract. He actually just, obviously you see that's today, right? He finally broke his silence. He said, this is, it's about me and this contract. So all this was about the contract. And then he went on to say that it's actually about all those young gamers coming up. How, these contracts are unfair and he didn't know any better and he signed it. FaZe Bank said, look, we've only taken $60,000 of your money and you've made billions of dollars. But I guess the contract says at any point in time they can take whatever the percentage is. He said 45%, 75%. It was just and this is what they do. They just air their dirty laundry, come out. Like whatever happened to the day when you had problems and you just went to the person. You know what the scripture says? The scriptures say, if you have a problem with your brother or your sister, you go to them. You talk to them about it. You say, look, I have aught to do with you. I got this wrong. This is what's bothering me about you. And if you can't work it out, then you go to like someone who basically is maybe a little more mature spiritually. See if maybe they can work it out. They can't work it out. You don't just go suing people. You don't just go doing a cut down canceled video. You don't just air people's dirty laundry. No one can trust anybody today. Today I wanted to text somebody something and I thought to myself, I better not, because what if that person then, and it wasn't anything bad, but it was like I was opening my heart on a certain subject and I was like, maybe I shouldn't really be sharing intimate details of my life. They weren't bad details, it was a good detail. But you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be doing that because maybe they then put that up on a YouTube video, right? It's the day we're in. The day we're in is just, it's just something else. It's just something else. Give me a second here while you know, I guess I love YouTube. I love this. I mean, I've been on this platform since 2008, right? So like, long time. I've only had the success recently, right about the time when I thought I'd have success, right about 45 is when the channel started to grow. And you know that it's been a snail's pace in many cases, because for a while it was going really, really well, and then it was just, you could look at those numbers and just like, what happened, right? And then you break that next barrier, and then you stop again. I upload a video, and then boom, I'm losing subs all the time. It's just crazy. Role models. Who here, Michelle says she doesn't even have YouTube videos. Who here is, oh, Emily Gregg says she's sad to see me so stressed. I appreciate that. Listen, another thing too, I gotta let you know something. I don't have moderators in the chat. I don't do that. I don't like giving anybody power over anybody else. But I do ask. I know that there's an algorithm that will weed stuff out. So if you share links and I'm not in the chat, I don't like it being hid. But if you're saying bad words and you're saying mean things about people, I'm hoping it doesn't get through. Because you know what? That doesn't do anything for anybody, and it only comes back to hurt you. Because there is a law that's at work. What you do to others, you do to yourself. That's it. What you do to others, you do to yourself. And what they're teaching is that you go to war. You go to war with each other. And you get everybody on your side. Oh, gosh. I'm not that stressed, though. I'm not stressed. I'm upset. I'm upset because it's like the world could be better. They are influencers. Keemstar, he knows it. He's just there. He's like the moderator, doing his little thing, but he also says, I know the power of this. I can come on and I can say things and share things, and I understand there's a responsibility there. And I like that he understands that. But you watch these videos. And you just think, like, what is going on? This has been the new sport, the live sub count. So this is Tfue and FaZe Clan. I don't know if this is up to date. I pulled this a little while ago. People are like just watching it. That's, you just go kind of like, you've heard of Social Blade. There are channels that just take these statistics and then they just give you live feeds. Started with like PewDiePie and T-Series. I don't think it was around before that. Not that I'm aware of. It probably was. But now it's like everybody. I mean, you could find a ton of them. And people just stay there and they stay in the chat and they say mean things. And they just watch the numbers. Like it's a game. Co-creator Facebook said that we've ruined society, right? A lot of these guys said that we're ruined. They said that we need to dismantle. They need to dismantle these huge organizations because they are just ruining everything. They really are. And not cool, man. Not cool at all. Really not cool. But YouTube is going to change how they handle the subs. That's the new thing. They're planning on, like I said, they're going to like round things up. Or round them down. And that's coming pretty soon. And I think the reason they're doing this is because of what they're seeing. I still don't understand why like my videos aren't shared. I still don't understand why, videos on faith and that I don't understand that. I don't understand. And I also don't understand that when I see a video that starts to just take off and then it just stops. It just stops. I had to check to make sure that my wife was out there getting the EE off the bus. Just insane. So let me read some of this to you. And by the way, I'm going somewhere with this, and I got something to share at the end that I think is going to it's really going to hit home. It's really going to hit home. So the PewDiePie versus T-Series phenomenon is a case in point. fans of PewDiePie, blah, 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 blah. Recently, the spat between vloggers, blah, 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 blah. All this stuff that I was talking about. His channel dropped from 16.6 million to less than 13.5 in less than a week after Westbrook accused him of unacceptable behavior, predatory behavior, and then others call them other things. Lawsuits, that's what they are, right? Waiting to happen. Lawsuits waiting to happen. Making millions in the process. Really sad. Really sad. Westbrook's channel gained 5 million subscribers through this. So guess what that tells everybody? Hey guys, this is what you should do. You should do this stuff just like them. You know, I should come on here and I should start tearing down other channels and I should start saying that I know these people. They sent me these texts. I talk to a lot of YouTubers, bigger YouTubers, smaller YouTubers. Over the years, they've watched me. And some have started their channels and they've become fantastically popular, and I'm so incredibly psyched for them and proud of them. And they've shared details of their life. They've shared details about other YouTubers that they've had relationships with, and all that stuff in one ear, out the other. You know, I'm there to encourage. But there are a lot of people that would take that and then just flip that around and put that out there, you know? Get people against this guy, he's the competition, or that gal, she's the competition. Get people on my side. Poor me. Oh, look at how sad I am. Tati Westbrook, my goodness gracious. You're a multi-millionaire. Who cares? If, you know, and this thing with Tfue and FaZe Banks, he got the guy started, right? And now he wants out of the contract. It's kind of one of those things, you know, you get into a contract, it's a legally binding thing. But FaZe Banks said, you know, why don't you just talk to me first? We could have maybe worked something out. I wake up to a lawsuit being dropped, right? And of course, you know, it pulls your heartstrings because he said, I love these people. I love these guys. I still love you, Tfue. All this stuff. I don't even know these people. But yet you become invested in their stories because they're the story that's being promoted. The trending page. The trending, here you go, watch this. How many people play games? $1 billion industry. How many people you think know about this drama? How many people do you know that play video games that also probably drink all these energy drinks? Keemstar likes to, hang on a second, let me pull his up because you can see, I think he has it right there in the front. He's a big fan of G Fuel, right? Now I remember when Anthony bought, like, he just, you know, he had to have G Fuel. He bought a bunch of G Fuel. It was an energy drink. And I'm like, hey, I'll try that for the gym, right? And then we found out that there was, like, you know, something like not great amounts of bad stuff in it. And then thankfully that was the end of that. I don't know if they've worked it out, but I guess it was in the legal limits, California or whatever. But G Fuel, you know, big sponsor of his show. He makes a lot of money. Hey, look, and I'm not faulting the guy because you know what? YouTube could probably pay more. I'm sure he makes plenty of money, but YouTube could pay more. All right, they could. They make a lot of money. I just don't understand how these guys are making millions, and what are they doing to better the world? I just don't. And I say I don't want to stand in judgment over them because that's what I'm doing. Standing in judgment over them. We can't do that. We can't be standing in judgment. We can't be standing in judgment. But this is what the world is interested in. This is what the world is interested in right now. This is drama, tearing each other down, narcissistic behavior. So, you know, I said this isn't good stuff. YouTube is changing. They think that maybe this will help. They want the narrative to be about how YouTube is a great place for creators to distribute content and reach fans. Really? Because I could probably reach more. Like when nobody knew who I really was, or that I was like a man of faith and that I was sharing what I was sharing. I don't even tell anybody what to believe, you know, and I don't tear down other religions, and I send people right to the master, right to the source, you know. You be taught by the creator of all, That's my job. I know what my faith is. Love is what leads me. And yet, once I first started trending, videos were 100,000 views, 200,000 views. It doesn't matter what video it was going like that. And then all of a sudden, boom. Now I get a video, and I know it's entertaining, and I know it would encourage people, and I know it's fun, and I know that it would educate people. Like my little goofy video about AI. But I mean, the stuff that they're doing right now, this is stuff that people need to know about. This is stuff that people need. I know I make light of it and I make a goof of it because because you shouldn't be exercising any kind of fear. But it frustrates me when I get into my own head and I forget that I'm not in charge here. So everything that's going on is going on according to plan, and it frustrates me that it hasn't flipped yet. But it is interesting that you're seeing so much scandal in the YouTube world, which, censorship in the YouTube world, scandal, censorship, drama. This is what YouTube is. And it's a great place for creators to distribute content and reach fans. Not about hour-to-hour fluctuations in subscriber numbers. When you got millions of fans, it doesn't matter. When you got like 1 million fans, people, but when you're a growing channel and they're gonna start it right when you get 1,000. It's hard to get even 1,000 subscribers. It's even harder to get 10. My buddy Jason, he's been at 10 for how long? It's hard for me to get to where it's hard to reach more people because they've decided that anybody that speaks a certain way, a positive way, a faithful way, a moral way, that anybody that questions what's being thrust upon us. Now, these guys aren't questioning AI. These guys aren't, some of them do little conspiracy videos about it and they make kind of light of it and jokes about it, but they aren't sounding the alarm about what's going on, with the world and what's going on politically and economically. I mean, if you want to know about the food crisis that's coming, you need to go to some of the channels that aren't being pushed. Or you need to do the research yourself. But the problem is, everybody's being entertained. Nobody has time. Nobody has time to seek. I do every single day because I need to know more. And I feel like there are times when I feel like I need to share with all of you. And this is something that really has been bumming me out. And I said, well, there's got to be something online about how this is just alienating people and this came up today. It was parentology.com, 10 most common problems teens face in 2019. And I thought that it was interesting. I just wanted to kind of list it up. I printed it up. Acceptance. It's number one. A recent study published in the journal PLOS ONE showed that there was a significant link between children's psychological maladjustment. People they're not adjusting to the world right. And perceived paternal and maternal rejection. You know why? Because YouTubers, a lot of these people, they're disrespectful to everybody. Disrespectful to authority, disrespectful to their parents, disrespectful to teachers. Most of these, I dropped out of high school, I dropped out of college, and I'm not saying you need to be inured in the system and you need to just go in and you could do whatever you want in life. I'm saying follow your passions and your dreams. I don't need to listen to you. That's what they're being told. Number two is stress. So that's, they actually made an important note. It's like, help your teen to feel accepted. If you're having trouble with your kids, and I am not the end all be all. I didn't have a father growing up. My mother was she was 18 when I was born, and my father left me in a crib in a project, and took everything. Right. So I was raised by a young. My son is turning 19. Do you imagine him with a 1-year-old? I can't imagine him with a one. I can't imagine anybody at that age in this generation. And my son's very responsible, and all my children are, and they're good kids, and they probably be great. Thank God that they don't have children. But it was a different time back then. It was a different time. I mean, there was, you owned up to responsibility. I could have been gone. Could have been gone because it was after everything was passed, right? 1971. Acceptance is a big deal. Parents, you need to let your children know that they're accepted and that you love them. You do. Stress is number 2. That's the big thing. Before I go on, how many of you all are finding that you have troubles with your kids? Tiki Love also had a mom who's 21. Too many suicides in teens. Freedom M says, and you are correct. Oh my goodness, more people in Super Chat. Thank you so much. Let me just say thank you to everybody because this is really means a lot to me. Believe Jesus is Lord. Thank you. Bella Rido or Rito, what the Bible says about what the Bible says about me. I have a video on that. Watch that if you want to learn more about that. Thank you so much for your support. Steve Carroll, sad what the world is coming to. Thanks, Jacob, for your hard work. Yeah, well, I enjoy doing it. So, Lisa Pratt, you're always so cool. Thank you for being here. Steve Carroll, what are you doing? You're I see you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And Terry says, why is PBS promoting? I don't know. I don't watch PBS. I don't know. Why is San Antonio trying to prevent Chick-fil-A from opening a store due to their support of traditional marriage? What are your thoughts? Like I said, I got a whole video on that. But I know Chick-fil-A because hang on, I'll give you a little. I actually interviewed Dan Cathy on the show when I worked for that network, their station. Just firebombed. This is going to be an interesting thing. Mark my words. We're going to find out. There's going to be, I think there's going to be some more revealed about all that interesting stuff. Sad the days we're in. But yeah, no, I think that they're going to win this. They were told that they couldn't open up because of their beliefs. I'm actually good friends with and I shouldn't say good friends. I mean, I'm friends with him. I work out with him. Stan. He's a great dude. He owns the Chick-fil-A out here, out in Long Island, and we work out at the same gym. We talk about it all the time, and he has many people that are gay working for him, and he loves on them and everything else. He doesn't say they can't get a job. So I don't know the ins and the outs of that. I'm not here to. I don't cast judgment. I'm not gonna cast judgment. God looks to the heart. I'm more concerned about how a person loves than how a person carnally expresses themselves. Be that as it may, but that's man judges by outward appearance, right? So I'm all upset when I see children everywhere seeing James Charles, who's like 19 or I think he's 19 or 20 years old, going to Coachella or whatever it was in an outfit where he has his butt cheeks hanging out. I'm upset. I mean, he's a kid. What does he know? What does he know? He's a multi-millionaire. What are you going to tell him? Is he happy? I saw some of his videos. Doesn't seem happy. Is Jeffree Star happy? See the way he looks? I don't know. I mean, is he happy? Are these role models? Are they happy? Are they content? Are they fulfilled? Or are they just dependent on their next subscriber? And I was actually concerned. Like I said, once again, I don't even know these people. But I was concerned for James Charles because, I mean, you lose 3 million subscribers. That's your livelihood. That's where that's this person's sense of being, right? And it's like, you worry. Because if you put your faith in worldly things, you're never going to have peace. You're never going to succeed. You're never going to know love. You're never going to know peace. You're never going to know contentment. You're never going to have true purpose, which can only be found in serving others. And doing YouTube videos, I get it, is serving others, unless it's self-serving. And there's always a little bit of selfishness in even my videos because I love doing it so much. And I'd be lying if I said that it doesn't bum me out when I see that my, more people aren't sharing it enough, or I see like 1,000 people in a chat, or watching the show, and I see like 100 likes. And I'm like, could you hit X on the chat? Can you turn it off for a second and hit like, and then turn it back on? Could you do that for me? Because it helps. ultimately, I think they may end up getting rid of the likes and the dislikes. I think that could be a thing. Depression and anxiety is number 3, but stress is a big one. It's just stress, right? And even if they don't have a lot of stress on them, they're told by everybody on YouTube how stressed they're supposed to be. Oh, goodness gracious. Depression's number 3, anxiety. And it's true. Suicide is just through the roof, especially in China and like other countries. I think in Korea too. I just read an article about this. It's terrible. Self-harm. And self-harm's not always just like when I was, I went through a phase. And I've talked about this. I did a video on, I believe I titled it Overcoming Depression. I believed what, the therapist told me. I took the medication they said that would help. I believed that I was, PTSD and generalized anxiety disorder and blah, 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 right? I believed it. It's you're feeling this way because you have this and take this pill. But you can't measure it. It's not like, you can't measure it. You can't take a blood test. This chemical imbalance thing. And I know that a lot of people that are listening right now, that I'm not judging. Once again, there's a time when I took it, didn't work for me. It actually got me so messed up that I started to cut myself too. How crazy is that, right? I was an adult. Not an adult. I was an adult. That medication. This world is meant to crush you. Especially if you're barking up the wrong tree. Tree of knowledge of good and evil produces nothing but death. But you go to the tree of life, and see, the problem is I don't see a lot of people sharing the tree of life. I don't see it. Self-harm is a big deal today. Big deal. This is it, being desensitized. Sex, drugs, violence. Watch these video games, and they're just hours upon hours upon hours. Hours upon hours upon hours. People don't even know how to act anymore. They don't know how to act, and they just don't care. They don't care. I'm not saying everybody, but a lot. Bullying is obviously a big deal because, even online trolls, I got, it's like I see people saying horrible things sometimes. A handful. Most of you are just amazing, and I love your comments, and you do see that I take the time to try to respond. I do. Whenever I have spare moments, because I believe I want to be there if I can. And I do like when people are sharing that they're going through hard times, and I'm not the end all be all, but if, I've been through a lot, and if I can just say something that can encourage you, or I can leave you a comment that gets you to, or send you an email that, but I'm not one of those guys. I'm not here to give you a one-on-one. I'm not here to, because I'm not going to do that. I had an app. I've had all these people want to sponsor my show, right? Yeah, I don't come on here and talk to you about, before this, we got to give you a shout out to that, right? How many of these channels that you watch that you start the show with that? And I'm not going off on them, but it's all about, you got to buy something. I don't want you to buy anything from me. I want you to, I want you to purchase, if there was anything you would purchase, it was purchase the faith that I have. That's the only thing. So bullying's a big deal, and I get it. And online, I can't even imagine. How many people have killed themselves? How many children have killed themselves because of this? Sex is obviously a big deal too, and we know it. Disrespect is the big one. They're seeing their favorite movie stars and sports figures controversially, and it's funny. It's like parentology. I guess do they even know how terribly disrespectful YouTube is? This anti-authority message is what is being thrust upon all of our children. And here's the big ones: trust. How can you trust anybody when everybody is telling you you can't trust anybody? How can you trust anybody when everybody is telling you you can't trust anybody? How can you trust anybody when most people that you meet are not trustworthy? I don't want to ever disappoint you. The reason why I'm frank about my past, and I've shared a lot, is if anything ever came out, I've talked about it. But it's not bad. It's just, if anything, it would be like, oh, you poor guy. But yeah, I've talked about it. I've talked about hang-ups. I've talked about things that were incredibly embarrassing for me, like cutting myself. That was but once again, I wasn't in my right mind. I was on a ton of medication, and it was like, what are you're watching? Everybody talking about self-harm. Growing up watching that stuff, and you're being taught that stuff. You're being told, oh, I feel nothing. I want to feel something. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. The only way out is in. The only way to a peace-filled life is having faith in more. That's why the kind of the slogan of my website is "You're more than you know." You're more than you know. You are, because the world lied to you. You are formed from the dust of the earth, like Adam. You were told that your name is this. You were told what to believe, and now our children are being formed into these role models. These role models, which are just. This is what our children are being formed into today. This is what our children are being formed into. It's just, a big thing too, besides trust, obviously, is motivation. Motivation. It's they have no motivation. There was a time when kids, they wanted to get out of the house, and now they don't want to do nothing. Right? They're in a room. They're on the phone with their friends. They're doing all that stuff. And I say the phone. What am I talking about? They're online with their friends. Just a bummer, man. Just a bummer. Teens are struggling with motivation and confidence. The confident part is a big thing. And that's something that I, as a parent, I can see. It's some of my children, struggle with confidence issues. Others don't. I have 4. But confidence, because, it's a different day. And their role models are convincing them that you should wear your troubles on your sleeve. That when you say, I can't do something, that's a badge of courage. I have this. It's a badge. It makes me special to be weak. It makes me special to be defeated. It makes me special to be phobic of interaction with others. You say that it hurts you. I don't know how many people write me and I say to them, stop doing it. Start talking differently. And they say, I can't. Stop saying you can't. Your words have more power than you know. We live in a world that is created by vibration. Our spoken words, they come from a place that is not in this realm. It comes from a place we don't even know, our thoughts. And then we speak those words out. Jesus said that my words are spirit and they are truth. The problem is, these role models, they are sending out a spirit of lies, a spirit of lust, a spirit of greed, a spirit of weakness, failure, fear, and they're profiting over it. And you watch all of these, big performances by all these celebrities. KJ just did a really cool show on Scariest Movie. It was funny. John texted me, oh, you got to check out Madonna's thing and her Madam X, right? And it was just so, it's magic. It's black magic. It's witchcraft. Remember I did the video, I said the witches are coming. Witches are coming. My boys' prom, senior prom. You know what their theme? Harry Potter. Now, I'm going to get out of here soon. I want to just read this last one. Can be due to the fact that teens have become more reclusive in their virtual worlds. You think an augmented reality is next. You think they're reclusive now? Wait till they have that VR thing on their head. Wait till they say, I don't even want to be in this world anymore, because that's what this system wants. They want you locked in, Facebook, I told you, I did a video on this last year, that their virtual reality is going to be almost indistinguishable from their Oculus, from reality. Your eyes are going to track the same way your eyes track in reality right now. And this, my friends, isn't really reality to begin with. The real world, it's the kingdom of heaven, which is not, partying and money and girls or guys, or that's not the kingdom of heaven. Kingdom of heaven is righteousness, peace, and joy, and power. It's thinking correctly. It's being content. It's knowing when you're going. This generation is lost. The role models are the cause. And these big corporate Goliaths that are profiting on ruining our youth and ruining the world as we know it, and I believe that they are, trending. It's always trending on the trending page. That's why you better mark these words. There are terrible times in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves. They'll be lovers of money. They'll be boastful. They'll be proud. They'll be abusive. They'll be disobedient to parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love, unforgiving, slanderous. Does any of this sound like all the drama going down on YouTube that I talked about today? Conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God. Having a form of godliness, but denying its power. Have nothing to do with such people. And that doesn't mean don't love on them and don't encourage them. What it means is you're not cut from the same cloth. Stop eating from the trough. I'm grateful to all of you. I'd like to end here on a positive note, but I don't know. I'm not feeling that positive. I'm actually a little upset. A little upset because I have to go. And I'd love to stick around and try to find there is a silver lining in all this video. It doesn't have to be the something that bums you out. Should actually be something to get you clued in. Start talking to your kids. Tell them you love them. Tell them how much you're proud of them. Don't speak curses over them, because these curses, they have a tendency of biting you in the butt, okay? Curses are things like, you're so lazy, you're selfish. I've been guilty of saying stupid things like that. It's better to say things like, you're acting like somebody who's selfish, and you're not that way. Oh, good grief. We could change the world. But this is why I'm doing this. I want to be a part of a better life, a better change. And I'm grateful that you're all here with me. I want to come over here and say goodbye to everybody, because y'all make my day. Y'all make my day. And I'm hoping that perhaps we can find better role models. Maybe me. I don't know. I don't really want to be I do. No, hang on. I do want to be a role model. And I understand that I may be a role model. And I want you all to know that I'm not going to let you down. I'm not going to let you down. And I'm not out here to get anything from you. The only thing that I would love for you to do is to be passionate about my channel. To be passionate about, I should say, our channel. You are a part of it. Make sure you like it, Awoke, thank you very much. Joshua, love your work, Jacob, but I can't share because I don't have any social media. Keep being a blessing and your numbers will, thank you. That's true. God is in control. I don't really have to worry about, if y'all don't do it, someone will. Eventually it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Cheryl, thank you very much. Thank you all to my super chat. Thank you to everybody. Let me say hi to Dennis Smith. Thank you for saying that I'm doing God's work. I hope I am. God is in control, right? There's a passage in Scripture in Isaiah. It says that I make peace, I make evil. God is in control of it all. So don't be looking at all the hard things and thinking that it's not going to work together for your good, because it is. I promise you. So be buckled up, have the best day ever, and know that you're loved. And I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.